Hey, hey, aoi, melahini, kane, and wahini, pupule, wiki, aloha and mahalo. Welcome back, pro wrestling fans. Welcome back, IWC. It's me. It's the GOC. Coming to you live to tape 25 feet below the surface of the earth, here with the ukulele. Wait. Hold on. I'm live. But I am taping this at the same time. Quite the conundrum. Bear with me while I tune up the ukulele. Me. Pupule pehe aoi. Belahini. Keli kaliki makamina. No? Too early? Here for another special edition of Chaos Corner on Guardian of Chaos, the YouTube channel. I can't thank you guys enough for being here. It's been a week or so, maybe 2 weeks since we've been down here in the bunker, but it's gonna be another special episodic YouTube adventure.
Like to stay informed with millions of podcast episodes.
How the fuck does this keep happening with Alexa? You see, I have heat with her. She understands what's going on. You guys know what's happening here. I have heat with this bitch.
Can you say that again?
You're a bitch. What?
Available for free right now.
I don't mean to
Just
say that. There's
Alexa,
always
play
technical
this podcast
issues
and
going on
discover
here
a
at
new
Chaos
show.
Corner. Alexa, play tropical beach sounds. How about
Play
that?
the music you want whenever you want with Amazon Music Unlimited on this Echo. It's free for 30 days and then $5.99 a month until you cancel. Terms in the Alexa app. Should I start your free trial and play wonderful tropical beach sounds?
Alexa, play tropical beach sounds. You guys know
There's
I
a
go
station
through
based on wonderful tropical
every
beach
time.
sounds by Deep Sleep.
This is what happens when you're live to tape, when I don't edit anything. One man, unique, unedited, unscripted, raw dog for you, the fans. That's what you get here. Before we were so rudely interrupted, which gave me a chance to tune up the ukulele a little bit more. We have a very interesting show here today. I'm glad that you guys are here before I was so rudely interrupted by Alexa. Sit back and relax. Grab a snack, grab a beverage, grab your wife, grab your husband, your friends, your neighbors, whoever it is, to watch Chaos Corner. It's gonna be, as I said, another episodic adventure. This is not a podcast. This is a show. My over 50 years as an agent, a scout, a historian, a researcher, a producer, a smark, a mark. That's right, I said it, a mark. And of course, my over 3 decades as a pro wrestling manager who took the fucking bumps from pillar to post and coast to coast and border to border. How many of you out there in this podcast world or this show world or the IWC could say that? Not many. The channel's exploding. Over 3,000 videos. Well over 500,000 views. And I owe it all to you guys. And gals. Because 27% of my demographic here are females. Who knew? Big shout out to my loyal members who just came on board. Austin Nance. Thank you, Austin. It's always good to see you, my brother. Jen, the OTS Tribal Queen. Scripps Wrestling Federation, among many others. Of course, the whole Bay Bay Resort. From Hoodie Rob, now non-Hoodie Rob, because it's 80 degrees this summer. Quickly approaching. Hula Grim, Big O, Future, Kratos, Scripps, The mid-mo Smark who's decoding kayfabe. Listen, everybody's out there that is watching the GOC. That's me. I think I already said that. Let me not get distracted. My opening monologue is way off base here between that bitch right over there, the two different camera angles. I'm trying to get the one that makes me look like I lost a few pounds. What a workout yesterday at the gym. Chest, buys, and tries. Can't beat it. Tomorrow I'm going to get my leg workout in. The big 6-0, still banging them down. All right, that's enough of the chicanery. That's enough of the opening monologue here. Again, I can't thank you guys enough for being here. We're going to have a lot of fun today. I may do a couple of shows, a couple of episodes. And no, I'm not live. I'm live to tape. Coming up on close to 1,500 total subscribers. Nobody works harder than the GOC here in this community. So let me start off as we're 6.5 minutes here. We don't know how long we're going to go. It's going to be one shot for this episode. And I think you guys are going to find it quite interesting because, as I always say, you come here not only because of who I am and what I represent and what I'm all about, because I'll say that to say this because I tell it like it is. You guys know that. And there's three types of people in this world. Those who don't know what happened, those who wonder what happened, and people like the guardian of chaos, Big Daddy, that make things happen. And in order to get respect, you have to start with respecting yourself. Once you do that, you open other people's minds to respecting you. Let's not forget about that. Stay mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually fit. There's a lot of things going on in this world. Wars, rumors of wars. Border invasion. What's going on here in this country? The atmosphere, the environment, the sun, the solar flares, the tornadoes, hurricanes, earthquakes, volcanoes. Oh, it's reality. It's biblical. Stay prayed up. Like-minded people. I mean that. Situational awareness. The crime is running rampant. What's happening with the economy and food prices, electricity? Barges going into bridges. You better pay attention. That's my opening monologue. And that's the reality of it. And that's why you come here. So when you go to the water cooler or your next event or a restaurant or a pub or a game or just sitting home with your family and friends, that you can enjoy the conversation and add something to it because you have learned something from coming here. Not opinions and views and thoughts. Reality. Facts. That's why you're here. So kick back and relax. Wrestler's Court. Let me say it again. For everyone out there in the pro wrestling community and the IWC. Wrestler's Court. You've been taken to Wrestler's Court. When those words left Stephanie McMahon's mouth on April 3rd, 2001, aka 2001, tomato, potato, patata, whatever you want to say, at a SmackDown taping in Oklahoma City, I was blindsided, coming off what I considered my finest moment as a WWE writer. And I'll get on to the specifics after I read this story. Because it is story time once again. Storytelling with the GOC. That's why you're here. And we start off with story time and the Wrestler's Court. I considered my finest moment as a WWE writer. Now let that sink in. I want you guys to think about it. Leave a comment, like, subscribe, drop an elbow on that like button, email me, inbox me, do something for crying out loud. And then, as I said, we'll get on to the particulars as we go on here on Chaos Corner. Contributing to a hugely successful WrestleMania 17 and a historic Raw. Remember, we're here in a time machine. We're going forward to go back. Remember the date.
With
Not
Amazon Music
another
Unlimited,
interruption?
you can play all
What
your
the fuck's
favorites
going on
on
here in
demand,
Chaos Corner today?
completely
10 minutes in.
ad-free.
Alexa, play Tropical.
With no ads in between.
You
New
see what
customers
she's
can
doing
try
to
it
me,
free
right?
for 30
Kayfabed
days.
again!
Just automatically for as little as $5.99
Alexa,
a month.
play Tropical Beach Sounds.
Here's a station based on wonderful tropical beach sounds
Bueller?
while deep sleep.
Bueller? Anyone? Bueller? Hello, McFly? If this happens again, do I shut down the show? Do I put it into 2 parts? Does it happen again? What's going on with this bitch? You see a little levity and comedy and parody here today on Chaos Corner. Wait, hold on. Wrapped Up in Chains, as is my life. You guys know, go to the description box, go to my community page, read what's going on with your boy, the GOC. No? Am I wasting time here? You come here for entertainment, right? All right, let me get focus, Chaos, focus. All right, back to Wrestler's Court. That's why we're here with story time in the GOC. I thought my newly promoted boss would be giving me something else. A bonus, a promotion, maybe even the clippers my hero Roddy Piper once used to shave the Haiti kid's head for having the gall to be friends with Mr. T. Instead, her expression was one you'd reserve for breaking the news that a beloved pet had just been fatally electrocuted. Think about that. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. This is not optional. Make sure you bring beer. Maybe some pizza. Immediately, a number of questions went through my head. What kind of pizza? What brand of beer? And perhaps most pressingly, what the bell, because I don't want to say hell, I just did, is Wrestler's Court. As word spread throughout the locker room, I quickly learned that Wrestler's Court was a time-honored tradition going back several decades. It was a way for the wrestlers, commonly referred to as the boys, or the gals, though it included the women wrestlers as well, as I just previously stated, to let off steam and police themselves when someone violated an unwritten backstage rule, aka the Wrestler's Code. The Wrestler's Code, which it doesn't even exist here in 2024. With all you geeks and dweebs and nerds and neckbeards and mouth breathers and virgins. And no offense, man. Lighten up. Kayfabe, man. No offense. It's a joke. De nada. Wrestler's Court. This is history. Well, we're only going back about 24 years, right? 23 years. Eat fried chicken in the locker room and leave behind crumbs over the people's luggage? You're going to Wrestler's Court. Sit in first class and not give up your seat to a veteran who's flying coach? Wrestler's Court. Give up your seat to a veteran who's flying coach but then complain about it? You guessed it. Wrestler's Court. Most definitely. Wrestler's Court. Is there a leak somewhere? What's going on here today at Chaos Corner? This is one episode for the books, coming up on episode 400 of Chaos Corner. Should I talk to this bitch again? At almost 15 minutes in here, and we still haven't really gotten started yet? Alexa, play Tropical Thunderstorm Sounds.
Don't forget, becoming a pro member.
Don't tell me what to do. Don't tell me what to do.
It's the best way to experience.
She's telling me what to do.
Currently available at the lowest price ever.
You guys get what's going on here today on Chaos Corner, right? No.
Okay, If you change your mind, just say Ask Thunderstorm sounds about pro membership.
You can't make this up. You really can't. And no, I haven't shaven. Cut me some slack. It's a way of ribbing on the square, which means having fun with someone while also making a serious point in the process. But why make that point when there's a golden opportunity to get the entire locker room to fuck with them first? I apologize for the cussing. I had never been a part of this rite of passage, mainly due to one key word: wrestler. If you're not in the business like most of you watching or people that are doing these shows, then your opinion is just exactly what it is. An opinion, not an insider's view like you get here on this channel. Let that marinate. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. For decades, court was conducted for the boys by the boys. In the history of WWE, no writer had ever been taken to wrestlers' court until now. Stephanie told me I was being accused of accepting gifts from the popular tag team of Edge and Christian in exchange for television airtime. Don't let anyone tell you different. Championship belts are not the most precious commodity in the WWE. Television airtime is. It's about getting over, not going over. I've always said that. You know that. The more exposure you get on TV, the more promos you get to cut. The more stage scenes you're in. The more backstage scenes you're in. The more the audience gets a chance to see your character, the greater chance you have of getting over. Hello? McFly. To be over means the audience is reacting strongly to you, whether it be positively or negatively. And you're making money, lots of it. But you can't get over if you're not on TV. And the idea of someone essentially bribing a writer for a promo here or a backstage bit there is actually a serious charge. As the chains fall off here at Chaos Corner. Bear with me. Hold on, man. This is going to be one of those episodes, one of those shows. I'm in rare form today. Oh, brother. Was it true? Not at all. The charges were completely baseless, and by completely, I mean mostly. If there's one tradition in wrestling that dates back even further than Wrestler's Court, it's older veterans being upset that someone never and newer and younger is taking their spots. And I use the word never. I had been bonding with Edge and Christian almost immediately when I started with the company back in November of 1999. We were all the same age, had similar senses of humor, and of course, tremendous physiques. Well, 2 out of the 3 anyway. Other than these guys putting their bodies on the line 3 or 4 times a week, every week for the past 10 years, and me putting my body on the line never, were very similar. I was told early on that much like how when Harry met Sally, postulated that men and women can't be friends. Wrestlers and writers can't be friends either. Not because the sex gets in the way. Even wrestlers have their standards. I don't know about that. But because the relationship is not based on actual friendships, but rather, what can you do for my career? When I started, Edge and Christian were the classic great matches, no personality tag team guys. In reality, they had bad personalities, but they were never given the chance to show them. In fact, when Edge first came up, he was told his character was going to be a deaf mute and would express silent rage. How about that? Thankfully, the real-life Edge, Adam Copeland, expressed clear audible rage over that idea, and he and Jay Resso, a.k.a. Christian, were instead cast as brothers as part of the Brood. Cool, hip vampires who wore flowery pirate blouses and tights. The perfect ensemble for the hand-to-hand combat. It wasn't who they were in real life, but at least they had characters, a kick-ass entrance, got to drink fake blood from a goblet, and had acquired the ability to occasionally speak, unlike myself, who is quite linguistic and speaks all the time. Adam and Jay weren't actually brothers, but they might as well have been. Especially now, what's going on in AEW with Copeland and Christian, huh? How about that? Time frame here, 1999. We're now in 2024. Talk about longevity. Having known each other since grade school, most of WWE management during this time were in their 50s and 60s, kind of like yours truly, in that demographic. The old man brand, the over 50 demo god. So when a fellow 20-something came aboard, it didn't take long for the bonding to begin. We brainstormed on ways to make their characters meld more with their actual personalities. Hence, they became shit-stirring smartasses. How about that? We had a blast coming up with different ways to antagonize the hometown crowds. That's the way to do it. The centerpiece being the 5-second pose. I guess that's about 5 seconds, right? Was anybody timing me? Was anybody looking at their watch? I threw this concept out to them as a way for each of their promos to have a big finish where, for the benefit of those with flash photography still being a thing in 2000, 2001, they would insult the audience in a creative way and then stand in the ring and allow the audience to bask in their greatness and take all the pictures they wanted for 5 seconds. Anything more would be gratuitous. Time me. Countdown. 5 seconds, thereabouts. Anyone? Someone help me? Leave a comment in the comment section, will you? Go to my community page and say something. Yes, it was cheap heat. As far as insulting local sports franchises or the crowd's lack of hygiene, but it was creative cheap heat, and it finally made them stand out. As their characters got more popular, they were getting more comfortable on the mic, getting more raucous with the crowd reactions, and as a result, plenty of TV time. Like I said, going over is not the point. It's getting over is the fact. Of course, when someone gets it and gets more TV time, which is the most important thing you can imagine, that means someone else is getting less. And therein lays the crux of the problem. Weeks earlier, Edge had gotten some distressing news. His girlfriend's father had passed away. He needed to leave the TV taping to be with her. Before he left, he handed me a doll, a badass action figure, I apologize, of my favorite superhero, The Flash, that a fan had given him at a comic book store signing. I hear Edge is more of a Daredevil guy. No? Especially now in AEW? He was going to give it back to me in private, but in his haste to leave, he gave it to me in the arena hallway. Little did we know, Hardcore Holly was watching. Hardcore Holly was always watching. Bob was a veteran, 10 years older than us, though he looked like he could be our dad, and was one of the guys seeing his TV time diminish while other younger talent like Edge and Christian were being booked in multiple segments a night. He was a legit tough guy who was usually pissed off on screen and even more pissed off backstage. Hence the question for you fans, pissed off or pissed on? Think about that. Pissed off or pissed on? Me personally, I'd rather be pissed off, although I did piss on a few people. I'm just saying, man. I'm giving you the facts here. You come here for the facts. I tell it like it is. His character was intimidating because he was intimidating. Living the gimmick. He wasn't shy about expressing how he felt about you, and he was clear he wasn't particularly enamored with me. Once I had made some off-the-cuff comment asking someone why he changed his tights from blue to yellow and blue to pink. Nothing against the color pink, I just thought the yellow worked for him. Next thing I know, Bob's confronting me backstage in the arena hallway. Hey, to quote Holly. I heard you going around telling everyone how about you and the, redacted statements there. I don't want to get too crazy. Would that make me an asshole? I guess I'm not redacted anymore. There's really no right way to answer that question, and since this was in full view of everyone and his point had been made, Bob stared me down and walked away. And that was one of our more pleasant conversations. So even though the gift in question was not an exchange for airtime, even though Christian wasn't even involved, Bob believed he had witnessed proof of payola. A clear violation of ethics that he reported, and then the wheels of justice were set in motion as Edge, Christian, and I were set to face trial together. And that will lead me into the introduction of who the WWE writer is that I'm quoting and reading from here on Storytime. Brian Gewirtz. There's just one problem. There's just one problem. Back to Wrestler's Court. I did put Edge and Christian on the air because I got a cool Flash action figure, but I was clearly becoming friends with the talent and was writing them onto TV. Granted, they deserve to be on TV, and no one gets on the air without Vince McMahon's approval, and Vince shockingly doesn't accept superhero toys for airtime. Hello. But the point was made, you're getting too chummy with talent at the expense of others, and you need to get taken down a notch, which doesn't happen in today's industry or today's business. That's part of the problem. Hence, while the charges themselves were completely baseless, there was at least some truth to why Bob was angry. Back at the arena, I made my case to Vince to avoid this thing altogether. Surely with a 2-hour show to produce, with a major angle to shoot, the biggest star in the industry at the time, Stone Cold Steve Austin, had just turned heel 2 days earlier and was going to beat up his best friend, good old JR, in JR's hometown. He'd call this whole thing off, or at very least postpone it. Instead, Vince cackled, good luck. Then went into his office. Nobody on the planet gives off a better dismissive crackle, and certainly a cackle, than Vince McMahon. What? What'd I say? That failed plea to Vince was mid-afternoon, and court time was fast approaching. So heeding Stephanie's advice, I ran up to the empty arena to the stands, where I bribed a concession stand worker for a large pizza and a 6-pack of beer. My assumption was this was going to be less full-blown court and more tribunal. A panel of veterans who'd hear the case and render a quick verdict. Then we'd all go back to the more professional things WWE was known for at the time, like yelling, suck it! I believe it was still the WWF. Had they taken the F out at that point yet? I'm not sure. I couldn't imagine anyone would actually give a crap about this whole situation, said Brian. I cautiously entered where I was told the trial would be, and my heart dropped to my stomach. This was no tribunal. Every wrestler, producer, former wrestler who put the matches together, and referee in the company was there. I think I saw a seamstress and caterers. How about that? It was easily over 100 people now, all staring at me as I walked in, holding my single box of pizza and a 6-pack. So fans, don't go anywhere. We're going to continue here on Chaos Corner, on Guardian of Chaos, the YouTube channel. For there's just one problem. Wrestler's Court. Story time here on Chaos Corner. True tales from the former one-time 7th most powerful person in the WWE, Brian Gewirtz, if I'm even pronouncing that right. Stand by. Don't go anywhere. Come back. I'm going to play the ukulele. We're 30 minutes in, and we're going to go into another 30-minute segment, part 2, for me and you. And this is what we have to look forward to. I think that rhymes. All right, fans. So hold on. Let me go on a On a fresh note here on the ukulele part 1, I'll try to be a little more serious. I'll try to tune this up a little bit. Don't go anywhere. It's me, the GOC, live to tape from Chaos Corner. Come on back. Don't you dare miss it!